You're watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. Secretary of State of the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth and Secretary General of the Disability Action Council, Em Chan Makara, has urged persons with disabilities not to despair as the royal government is taking further steps to support them. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
Speaking on behalf of the Ministry of Social Affairs, Vong Sauth, on International Day of the Death of the Ministry on Thursday morning, Secretary of State Em Chan Makara said that there are two categories of disabilities in Cambodia that require increased attention: intellectual disabilities and Down syndrome, along with deafness. Lim Seng, a 27-year-old deaf person, spoke at an event in sign language with help of an interpreter and shared that he used to avoid people and crowds because he felt like society had abandoned him. But his feelings changed after his parents sent him to study at Krosa Tamay School, which allowed him to now find a job and work as a volunteer teacher at State Em Chan Special Education School. He urged the government to address the challenges deaf people face in Cambodia, including a lack of schools, jobs, overall difficulties in communication. He, however, also thanked the government for doing a lot of work to help persons with disabilities from the beginning until now. Lim Seng said through the interpreter, the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation and Disability Action Council under the Royal Government have been working hard to promote rights of persons with disabilities, especially in the sector of education for the deaf, vocational training and other fields, in order to give us the right to full freedom, equality and dignity. These factors have reduced the pre-existing discrimination against deaf people. We have sign language schools from elementary to higher education levels. We can get information through some public and private television channels, and we have the ability to work around our own businesses and are able to compete in the free market fairly. Deputy Secretary General of the Disability Action Council, Net Un, said that the Royal Government is currently focusing on improving the quality of teachers and improving the quality of education for persons with disabilities by establishing a special education institute with the aim of training teachers on how to teach students with disabilities and develop the necessary study and teaching materials. He said the Royal Government has provided additional equipment such as reading materials in Braille for the blind and hearing aids for the deaf and hard of hearing. In addition, the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports have published lessons in sign language from the 1st grade to the 7th grade and continue to prepare lessons for secondary high school and higher education students to give the persons with disabilities the able to study and research at these higher levels. Secretary General of Disability Action Council, Em Chan Makara, said that in the near future, he plans to meet with the Minister of Education to discuss increasing the number of schools from persons with disabilities in Cambodia, another aspect which stakeholders must give more attention to. He also expressed concern about the lack of teachers who can teach deaf students. Currently, Cambodia has 5 schools for the blind and deaf, 2 in PHNOM PENH, 1 in Battambang, 1 in Siem Reap and 1 in Kampong Cham, with a total of 182 fixed staff and 13 contracted staff. In the 2021 and 2022 academic year, there were a total of 787 students, including 325 girls, attending these schools. Among this number, 387 are deaf or hard of hearing students. According to the 2019 census report from the Institute of Statistics of Ministry and Planning, there are 689,532 persons with disabilities in Cambodia, equivalent to 4.9% of the total population. From this number, 402,703 are women and girls. The census also reported that there are 19,993 deaf or hard of hearing people in Cambodia, equivalent to 2.9% of total population. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.